Oh, honey, have you seen Meghan Markle lately? Because let me tell you, this is not the Meghan we remember. It's wild how much a person can literally remodel their face and still expect us to believe nothing's changed. And Meghan, she's not just tweaking here and there. This is a total rewrite. Remember when she used to gush about her Markle nose? She even thanked her dad for it in a sweet Father's Day post. That was her thing, a badge of identity, a connection to her roots. Well, that Meghan is gone. Now her nose is sleeker, the bridge smoother, the tip shorter, and somehow the whole shape just different. The kind of different that doesn't come from good lighting. And it's not just the nose. Oh no, the girl's got filler along her jawline, in her cheeks, even up near the hairline, all working together to pull everything upward. You know that little motion people do in the mirror, lifting their skin to see how they'd look refreshed? Yeah, Meghan's done that, except hers stays that way. Now, here's where it gets juicy. On the surface, you could say it's just a bit of cosmetic upkeep. But dig deeper, it's starting to look like she's not just changing her looks, she's scrubbing away any trace of where she came from. That nose she once linked to her dad? That was more than a feature. It was a connection to a working-class background, a version of Meghan that wasn't polished into Hollywood royalty. Fast forward to today, and it feels like she's surgically erasing any reminder of that chapter. And the timing? Oh, that's the real tea. Her inner circle has shrunk, like really shrunk. These days, it's not friends, it's PR allies. Her latest birthday dinner was proof. The venue? Funky. A Beverly Hills Italian spot. Cute, but let's be real, not exactly the hottest ticket anymore. Decent food, sure, and a Michelin mention, not a star, darling, but it's the kind of place you'd see tagged in an influencer's Instagram story, not by someone claiming Hollywood's top tier. And here's the kicker. She didn't even get the rooftop. Yes, the rooftop, the section everyone wants. That alone tells you her pull isn't what it used to be. She posted like it was this magical night, thanking family for making it special. But zoom in and tell me, where's her dad? Her mom? Doria, who used to be her shadow, is now nowhere to be seen. And Harry? Completely MIA. Not at the dinner. Not in recent public shots. The guest list? A few hand-picked faces. The camera angles were almost too careful, cropping and blocking out other diners, almost like the focus wasn't just on who was there, but on hiding who wasn't. And then, those birthday tributes. Oh my God, they read like they were written by her publicist. All the same beats. Fun, generous, magical. No inside jokes, no warmth, no remember when moments. Abigail Spencer even called her champagne in human form and a creature unlike any other. That's not a friend talking, that's ad copy. Another pal hyped her Netflix show's next season mid-birthday post, plugged her as love and light, but didn't mention actually spending time with her. It was branding, not bonding. And here's where you really see the pattern. The more her face transforms, the more the life behind it feels smaller. The skin is smoother, the jaw sharper, the symmetry unreal. But the dinner table? Those seats are emptier. Her nose job might be the headline, but it's far from the only tweak. Look closely and you see it. Cheek filler creating that perfect high line from temple to apple. Jawline filler squaring things just enough for photos. Forehead filler giving that full, youthful look that no moisturizer can achieve. It's also precise, not overfilled or plasticky, just engineered. This isn't just beauty upkeep, it's control. Every injection and adjustment changes how people perceive you. Meghan's building a face that says upper crust aristocracy. But that look? It doesn't happen naturally for someone from her background. You have to manufacture it. And just like the face, her outings are curated to match. But her birthday dinner choice? If it was meant to look exclusive, it flopped. Funky's heyday is over. The last big celebrity sighting there was Kim Kardashian. In 2023, that's a lifetime ago in Hollywood trend cycles. So instead of VIP and mysterious, it read more like trying to stay relevant in a scene that's moved on. And the guest list optics? Oof. For someone who claims deep Hollywood connections, the visible attendees were underwhelming. Plus, the intentional photo framing, like one shot that literally blocked out a guest with a candle, made it look like she was hiding who she was actually with. Names floated include Marcus Anderson and Abigail Spencer, but what stood out more was who wasn't there. So let's talk about those birthday tributes again, because honey, they were telling. Not in a wow, her friends adore her way, but in a who fed you these lines way. Every single message hit the same safe, PR-approved beats. Fun, generous, magical. It was like they were all given a memo on what to post. And Abigail Spencer's over-the-top description, champagne in human form. A creature unlike any other? Please. That's not friendship, that's branding. It's the kind of language you use when you're selling a luxury fragrance, not wishing a friend happy birthday. Another so-called friend managed to plug Meghan's Netflix project in the same breath as calling her love and light, but somehow skipped over any actual memories or inside jokes that prove they're close. It's all gloss, zero grit. And that's the whole theme here. Curated settings, limited company, and words that feel rehearsed. Meghan's life looks more like a marketing campaign than a personal reality. It's all about controlling the image, down to the tiniest details, and the cosmetic work fits perfectly into that narrative. Because here's the real kicker. By changing her features, she's not just chasing beauty standards. She's editing her history. The Markle nose her father gave her was a visible link to her roots, one she used to proudly own. Now, gone. Replaced with something straighter, sleeker, and very much not inherited. Symbolically, it's like she's cutting the last physical thread tying her to that working-class past. And the pace of this transformation is what makes it so striking. Celebrities tweak their looks all the time, but Meghan's shift feels urgent. It's like she's racing to reach some perfected version of herself, one that fits the mold of the elite circles she wants to be in. But here's the catch. The face might scream aristocrat, but the invitations to the real A-list tables aren't exactly pouring in. She still can't get the rooftop table at her own birthday dinner. The star-studded gatherings? Sparse. And when the compliments do come from the Hollywood crowd, they're polite but distant. Warm enough to avoid offense, but cool enough to keep her at arm's length. It's a strange in-between place. Her image says untouchable, but not in the wow, she's on another level way. More in the you can't really get close to her way. The walls are high, the polish is perfect, but so is the isolation. And that's the other thing. Where's the love? The real love? Because admiration you can buy, envy you can create, but genuine warmth? You can't inject that. You can't contour it on. And the truth is, the people closest to her once upon a time aren't there anymore. Her father is publicly out of the picture. Her mother, Doria, the one person who was always by her side, is suddenly absent from her day-to-day. Even the kids, who you'd expect to be part of any birthday celebration for a mom, were nowhere to be seen. And Harry? Reduced to a passing mention, not a single shared photo. And in today's world, where even the most private celebs post the occasional candid family moment, that kind of silence is loud. It says something. Maybe not what Meghan wants it to say, but something people are definitely noticing. For someone who once sold herself as relatable and grounded, this pivot to exclusivity is steep. Now, gatherings feel more like networking events. Guests aren't just friends. They're people with brands of their own to protect and promote. Everyone's playing the same game, where the interaction is mutually beneficial, but not necessarily genuine. Even the restaurant choice plays into it. Picking a spot that used to be hot that's now a little past its prime feels like a move from someone trying to look plugged in without realizing the scene has already shifted. And when you pair that with the carefully scripted tributes and camera angles, it's hard not to see it all as one big PR exercise. And here's the irony. In sculpting herself into this flawless, untouchable figure, she's making the gaps in her life stand out even more. The sharper the jawline gets, the blurrier the personal connections become. The more perfect the face, the emptier the table. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about looks, it's about identity. Every tweak and filler placement isn't just for beauty, it's for the story. Meghan's rewriting her visual autobiography, editing out the parts she doesn't want the world to remember. But no matter how perfect the end product looks, you can't fully erase where you came from, and you can't Photoshop love into your life. And that's what makes it all so fascinating, and honestly, a little sad. She's chasing an image and she's catching it. But what she's losing along the way, that's the real story. It's the real story.